In the Business Profile section, you can input the basic information of your business for the current taxable year. For the line of business field, you can enter the information that is already in your certificate of registration. You can find it in this area of your COR. Back to your Taxumo settings, simply type in the text in the box and options should appear. For those who aren't registered yet, you can type keywords of the nature of your profession and industry and choose the closest category to what you do. Once registered, you can always update this field based on your COR. If you have multiple lines of businesses, you can encode those verbatimly on this free encoding box. For the I want to file my taxes from field, you can enter the date from which you want to start filing your taxes through Taxumo. For example, if you have been manually filing your taxes in 2020 but want to switch to filing through Taxumo starting January 1, 2021, then enter 01/01/2021 in this field. Another example would be if you just started your business on April 1, 2021 and want to immediately start using Taxumo to file your taxes. Then, enter here 04/01/2021. If you had late filings in 2020, you can also file them through Taxumo. We allow late filings as late as 1 year back. In this example, if you want to file your late filings from July 1, 2020, then input here 07/01/2020. All of your late filings from July 1, 2020 until present will be shown in your Tax Dues tab. Next, choose your business type here. Then, select your income source here. For corporations, under the taxpayers type, choose corporation. The information we'll be asking from you will be adjusted specifically for corporation settings. In the corporation income tax ATC, choose the rate applicable for your company. If you're a non-VAT taxpayer, your income rate tax type will have two options. The default rate chosen will be graduated income tax. The 8% gross receipt tax is a special tax rate following the train law. This is something that you need to apply for during your business registration or during your yearly business renewal. If your RDO has accepted your application, you should be able to see a note somewhere in your certificate of registration that you qualified for the 8% tax rate. Otherwise, please refrain from choosing this option to get a more accurate calculation of your taxes. In the Deduction Method field, the default method chosen will be optional standard deduction. In this method, it will assume that 60% of your business transactions are income related and 40% are expense related. The other method is itemized deduction, where you can choose to list down all of your entries one by one, which can be useful if you have more than 40% of expense transactions. This is a useful method for businesses who are just starting out and have a lot of expenses. Additionally, please refrain from switching your income tax rate type and deduction method in the middle of the taxable year. If you already chose a tax rate type and deduction method and filed a tax form with those settings, then that is the rate and method that you should use for the whole taxable year. You can only change it before your first filing of the next taxable year. I also mentioned previously that you can file late filings as late as 1 year back. If you have specific settings or conditions last year that are no longer applicable this year, then you can set up a different business profile for it. For example, in the year 2020, you were using optional standard deduction, but want to switch to itemized deduction in 2021. Your 2020 filings will be using OSD as the deduction method, and your 2021 filings will use itemized deduction. For the last question, My business is under the BMBE law. The BMBE law stands for Barangay Microbusiness Enterprise and has its own special stipulations. To know more about this, you can read our blog articles about it. If you fall under this category, choose yes. Otherwise, choose no.